Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the first installment of my interviews. So essentially for 2020, the goal is to release a song every Friday. I set the goal to release an interview for pretty much a deep dive into the track that just released on Friday every Wednesday. So this is the first installment, and we're going to be going over Silly Kids. I got my boy Fernando Bettleyoun up in here, and aka Fernando the Dancer. If you guys don't know, now you know. And we're going to be discussing Silly Kids, any questions that he comes up with. So essentially every Wednesday I'm going to be doing this, and if you guys want to be like a part of it and want to sit in the chair and interview me off of any songs, DM me on all social media at Wiley Music, and we'll get you guys tuned in, and you can come up with your questions. I'll send you a song early, etc., etc. You can come here, vibe with me. I can show you some new tracks. We can just chill and vibe. The goal is to really make sure that I'm connecting with the fans and any friends or family members that want to be a part of what I'm doing. Get in here and let's vibe out. Welcome, bro.
But thanks for having me, as always.
All day. Do you want to plug yourself in a little bit, let people know what you're about?
Yeah, well, I'm Fernando Bettleyoun, and also known as Fernando the Dancer. So this year, my big goal is to make up my own big platform. So I'm starting to get more active on Instagram. Just made a new YouTube, and then also TikTok for you TikTok followers out there. So anyways, let's get down to the Silly Kids.
Let's go.
So to start off big, this really got me curious. The fuck Nick
we jumping right in.
You just seem to really emphasize on that part.
That's crazy.
And you were talking your talk. So I really want to know the backstory of fuck Nick.
Alright, let's get into it. I'm not ever one to shy away from my fans or what I talk about. There's no reason for me to, release something and not stand behind what I say. So essentially, for those of you guys who know, there's, I'm linked up with a lot of different artists, especially in the state, around the region, etc., etc. I've met a lot. This is crazy. I've met a lot, and you have good experiences, you have bad experiences, etc., etc. As far as this one fellow, there was rocky occurrences from the beginning, and he's part of a group, and the other two people within that group are family. I always kind of consider them all family, but always definitely been rubbed the wrong way. And I've voiced this. I've voiced this multiple times, etc., etc. And I don't take disrespect very, very well. I'm all about peace, love, and positivity. People know that. People know what my vibe is. They know I care about everybody, deeply. And to just be blatantly disrespected, I don't really take to very well. And that's been a recurring thing. So essentially, it got to a point to where, real shit, I was talking to one of my boys. I won't name him. I'm not trying to out anybody else or anything else for what this is, but I was talking to one of my boys at a show where I brought my friends in that group out, and I just said, I feel personally, opinion-wise, if anything ever happens with that, the way that he treats people, and if they ever blow or this or that, the way that he treats people, and just the way that he talks to people and kind of carries things, then I feel, in my opinion, that he'd be the reason why there'd be negative response or something bad would happen within that. If there's any sort of fall or any backlash or anything on them, that person, and it's just what it is, man. That's my opinion, and that person repeated it to him, which is fine because I'm not scared to say anything, especially my opinion, to anybody. I didn't take it as talking shit. I took it as, this is just how I feel. I've said the same thing to anybody that knows those people. So now it got to a point to when that got back to him. We had a record together, an awesome record together. He'll probably never release it at this point. And still, I don't hate the dude, but I just hear a lot of things, especially in that area, which is Sioux Falls, of him talking shit about me and like stupid shit, and I can't do anything with that group anymore. Like I'm like, yo, we should, get a show. I got this show coming up. Like, let me pull you guys down here. And now my boys are like, nah, he won't stand for it. He won't do it. No way. We can't. Like, I can't do any collabs, or I can't do anything with my boys now because of that shit. And then with that being said, and then talking shit on top of that, we're in the rap game, bro. Like, this is hip hop. This is rap. This is where I start from. I make melodic shit and I chill, but when it comes to that rap shit, bro, like, we know, bro. Like, I put work into this shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit for a long time. So it got to a point to where it's like, yo, just quit talking about me. You just keep talking to somebody over and over, or talking about somebody over and over again. I'm not gonna just sit here for it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just stand for it. Nah. So I'm, and there's some things that I know. So in the record, you hear me say, so until I get apologies, it's fuck Nick. And anybody acting out of orbit like they Sputnik. Yo, I fuck with the crew, but this rap, you know what it do. I got passion enough for you to let everybody know who. You know, the time that we were kicking it, no judo, as if I don't know some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's basically just a warning shot. And I'm not even out here trying to, destroy a bunch of shit. But it's basically like a warning shot from the aspect of like, yo, just quit talking about me before it gets reckless. It's like, it's all peace and love, bro, but I can't deal with that. You coming at my family. This is how I feed my family, bro. This is, how I take care of my people, take care of my kid, bro. Like, just quit talking about me and quit making it so ridiculously blown out of the water. I just said my opinion about you. It's that simple. But you keep pushing. Eventually you're going to get some retaliation and get the heat. I'm not scared of it, bro. Sometimes I may be even a little bit eager to. This is the rap game, bro. Like,
yeah, that's the sport of hip-hop.
Facts. So just be ready for it. It's not even big shots. Big shots. You know me, bro. This is chess, bro. Exactly. Like, you know how I move, bro. Like, I'm very strategic with everything that I do. So it's just the point to where here's a fun little shot. You can bite, or you can quit talking about me. But if you bite, you know.
Alright, then let's switch it up a little bit. You mentioned Flawless Son, and you said, shout out to Flawless Son. I'm surprised a bastard like me has a son. That was another bar that stood out, like, heavily, and also knowing your background, like, we pretty much got similarities.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what made you shout out in particular Flawless Son? Well,
Flawless. Yeah, I say Flawless Son, yeah, but so 2 years ago, I believe it was when I was doing a lot of tours. I did the Afroman tour at first, and I did 2 little small legs of different Strange Music tours, which is like Chris Calico and then Stevie Stone. And I met like a bunch of people, like, so when we were doing tours and stuff, JL's dope as fuck. As far as like within the Flawless team, like DJ JPEG, before I get into that, DJ JPEG, dope as hell. And it was at Big's Bar, I believe. But we did VFW in Rapid City, and then we also did Sioux Falls. I think it was with Biggs. Biggs, and that's when I met Flawless. Excuse me. Flawless and Josh, his drummer, and JPEG and JL and the whole nine. Some of the dopest, down to earth motherfuckers I met. Like, really chopped it up with them. Super humble. It's very easy to meet people on tours and stuff that are just like, I'm way bigger, or that just move differently. You know what I'm saying? Which is all in anybody else's own right. Move how you want to move. But when you meet like real down to earth, humble ass people, like, it's refreshing. So Flawless was definitely one of those people. My entire dad's side of my family is from Providence, Rhode Island, and just all Rhode Island. So I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters in Providence, and so yeah, he's just really put on for his city. And for those of you guys who don't know, quick little plug for the homie. Rhythm and Flow. If you guys watch Rhythm and Flow, Flawless came in 2nd place. Super congratulations to him. I cried on his finale performance, real shit. Like, it was really emotional. But just to see like an underdog, well, just fighting his way to the top, especially, I mean, where he's from and the shit that he's been through, it was just dope to see. So just a little quick bar. Who'd have thought a bastard like myself would go and have a son to go and build a life from handlebars to handlebars when I'd be rapping, son. Right after. Shout out Flawless Son. I got cousins up in Providence. Shout out Flawless Son. he's just really putting on for his city, and this is respectable. So that's where that came from.
All right, and then
Big
also,
facts.
so before this year has started, you told me that you're thinking about dropping a song every week, a single every week,
Facts.
and it's a hint of just regular singles from certain albums you're dropping throughout the year. So like, what made you want to drop a song every week?
Fernando's giving y'all details and shit. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. Like, so, well, I do know. Here's the thing: is you've heard, I mean, a good chunk of my catalog. You know what I'm saying? I've made well over 600 songs. I definitely have well over 500 on my laptop now, but I've lost 2 laptops. I've made a bunch of music. On average, for sure, I've made at least a track every other day for the last, like, 3 years. Excuse me. And you've seen it. Like, you've seen me bust out, like, 3 or 4 tracks a night for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
like, for no reason. Essentially, I mean, to be honest, the things that were stopping me from releasing more frequently in general was pretty much like I have my own child I'm paying for. I have all this other stuff that I'm doing. You know, I'm building my other business that I have on the side other than Wiley Movement, and you know, trying to get that passive income coming in. But just paying for beats, especially for the amount of money or the amount of songs that I make. Like, I'm not buying every beat. You get the game crazy. Like, I make way too much music to do that. So that was holding me back a bunch. And then also as an artist, being super in my own head and super romantic with it. Shout out Gary Vee for telling me to quit being a romantic little pussy. But being too romantic with it, I would be like, well, maybe I shouldn't release too much. I don't want to oversaturate myself, or I don't want to do this, or, you know, maybe we should try that. Like, I've done the lose my mind trying to figure out the strategy bullshit. Like,
and you still want to give a little bit of time to people to savor this track, to be like, oh, what makes them want, like, hey, what's next? Oh, he's gonna do it weekly. I can't wait. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much like a season of the Luke Wiley show.
Yeah,
you just releasing an episode every week.
And I started making my own beats, as you know, and that's kind of where that came into. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm not gonna pay for beats every beat. That's like 21 beats a day. 21 beats a week. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like 3 tracks a day. I'll be working. So like, that's insane. There's no way I can afford to do that, and I want to be able to release on all platforms so everybody can have access to it. I don't care about selling it. I don't even care like about the iTunes 99 cents. If you want to go do that, dope. But like, I mean, just go listen to it, go feel it, go connect to it, and so I want to be able to do that and be able to cater to my fans. So essentially, I just wanted to release every single week. That way I can be able to hit the people that do want to hear it. And there's so many different vibes that I have, bro. I'm not just one. I don't put myself in a box, dude. I'm not a rapper. But I'll rap my ass off. But I'm not just a rapper, bro. Like, I'm an artist. So I make sad shit, or I make boom bap shit, or I make anthems, or I just make whatever I want in that moment. Like, you've seen me work. I've gone from Sweet Home. Ooh, that sweet comes, bro. But, you know, I just like to switch things up. So I want to be able to cater to everybody and really push stuff. And, just have the fans something that they can grasp onto and keep engaged, and so I can really connect with them.
Yeah, that's what's up. This track really stood out. Like, ever since I've known you, it's different. Very, very different. Like, you had a whole different like attitude to it and different sayings, just like the story. Like, what inspired you to make a song just like Silly Kids?
I think honestly, like, okay, I was really in a boom bap mood. First and foremost, I want to give my boy Fernando a shout real quick because he stayed up all night with me, and I was working on some other tracks, but just a few days before I made Silly Kids, and I believe he was also over here. And then he stayed up all night with me one night, and we didn't sleep, and we went and he shot the whole video for me. I laid out exactly what I wanted to go for, and he fucking bodied it. So first, shout out to my boy. We killed that. But I think I was making the mood or the beat, and I was just in such a boom bap mood. And when I heard that I'm a sucker for like just anything jazz or anything soul or anything like that old school boom bap feel, stop playing with me, bro. And guitars, quit playing with me. Anyways, but so I heard that boom boom, that the first sample come in, and I was like, yeah, dude, I have to do something to it. Just basic drum line, just real basic, and but I wanted to play with it, and essentially the track kind of started. You know, these silly kids lack confidence. I was one. Got cousins up in Providence shouting out the Flawless Son. It was just gonna be like a fun little flex song, and then I just started thinking, and it's like, man, who else is a silly kid? And I'm like, and that gets into the first question, you know what I'm saying? So it was just me having fun with it, and even getting back to the roots of just being that silly kid that started doing this, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of different meanings for the whole entire song in general. It's not all a whole fuck Nick track, but there's definitely, you know, the pieces that stand out to people, and it's just, I mean, it is what it is. But
and then like, of course, personally knowing you, I want to know how long it took you to make this track, because I've known how long it took you to make other tracks, but I'm just curious, like, did you put a lot of time into this one, or just like, or did it just come into like just your head and you just had to like
realistically, I don't think that every piece of vocabulary you ever had, realistically, there's not a lot of records that take like ridiculously long, and I guess that's subjective depending on how you look at it. But you know, do not worship me, I'm not the first to be our holy God's writing pen. That quote from Lonely. I don't think that I write all my tracks, and that may sound cliche to other people and blah blah. If you're not religious or spiritual, or you believe in whatever you want, but you know, I have a gift for God, and regardless, I mean, I'll be writing for sure, don't get me wrong, but I haven't actually been writing this year, as you know. I don't write in my phone, paper,
do you, like,
anything.
Just someone just start thinking a lot in your head, like you just come up with a few
I
bars
just get the beat.
and just hold
Once
on
the
to
beat
it,
hits,
just hit it, you just speak
once the beat hits,
what comes
it
to
flows.
mind.
Yeah, it just flows, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The way I record now is like record.
It's very impressive, by the way.
I appreciate you, G.
I actually quite learning a lot from that too, because like I kind of write also, but I always get writer's block. So after seeing that actually it helped me a million times.
Heck yeah, appreciate you, G.
So, and how do you describe your attitude in this track? Like cocky, or you just trying to speak your mind? Because like I know you're a very humble and talented artist, especially like knowing you as a very close friend in a small period of time. Like, do you just like just wanted to just speak your mind, just want to let loose? Because you've always been careful of what you say in a lot, especially before I met you. I've heard a few, like just a couple of songs. I seen you perform at least once, and that's when I met you the first time. So like I just want to know, like, what made you just just want to get out there?
I love this question. I like the fact that you brought up humble as well in this. Recently I read the book that just is out by Russ, and it's called It's All in Your Head, and that's kind of where these papers were inspired from and stuff, that are hanging up on my wall. But Russ hates the word humble. I was watching a Rap Radar interview with him. Hates the word humble, and essentially because it's like it goes off of you know, like lowering yourself in rank and blah blah, and being submissive, and I don't think I'm as quite on where he's at, but there's definitely some stuff that, which respectfully, where he's at, I rock with who he is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people give him a bad rep. That dude just works, bro, and he's confident as hell, so like, hate him, but he's doing what he's doing. But regardless, I have humility tatted on me. It was I think it was my third tattoo, one of the most important tattoos that I got. Definitely something that I still hold on to. It's definitely a practice to be humble in my own definition, in my own right. But I think that I've gone to the point to where I've been super careful on what to say, and you know, I've censored myself, and I'm just done.
Yeah, and I feel like you have a lot to say throughout this year.
So much to say.
You're not pulling punches, and not in like an aggressive and crazy way. You just want to really express your talent.
Facts.
And you just got that crazy work ethic, and you just really want to be out there, and not just for the clout, but you just want to reach out to every single individual.
Facts.
So, like, of course, like, the cocky people out there, you want them to have their own little type of anthem.
Sure.
You want the people that are struggling with mental illnesses, or just,
mental
like...
health in general.
And, like, you've been a kid that's hungry,
Facts.
you know? Like, been homeless, all sorts of other things, and you just speak the truth that people can really relate.
Facts.
So, like... You're just out here trying to be a diary out here.
Yeah,
you know?
that's facts, and like
in a good way.
Yeah,
and you just really want people to feel real feelings.
Facts.
And express their feelings.
I've always prided myself on the fact that I try to stay as vulnerable as possible, and that's something that I'm going to be releasing. So if you're watching this interview, you guys are kind of getting something that's coming in the next couple months. But Wiley Movement 2020 is going to be a lot about power through vulnerability. And I've always expressed myself in a very vulnerable way in a lot of different aspects, except for the aspects that didn't fit my humility definition at the time, at least, or just where I was at. Like, definitely pulling back and not trying to, like, I'm just done doing it. It's just to the point to where, dude, like, I've worked my ass off and I'm nobody still. Like, I don't have the you know, the mindset that I am this person or this person. I'm just me. And regardless, my fans are going to come wherever they come regardless. And they're either going to stay or they're not. But I'm going to build that connection by just being me. No more pulling punches. No more being scared to talk about this. No more of that. Because what example does that set for the people? Because you're a role model, bro, when you get into this. At the end of the day, there's no way around that. So what kind of role model am I to the people that do view me in that light? Or what kind of artist am I anyways if I'm pulling back? I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. That's just, it's really just that simple. So I think the overall emotion that comes out of this track is just confidence. I'm done playing. Like, I've worked for 4.5 years. I've sacrificed relationships, with my relationship with my kid's mom, friendships, time. I don't kick it with nobody. This sounds like the Logic interview that he did back in the days. Like, I don't fuck with nobody. I go outside, I walk my dog. I just don't fuck with nobody. But that's just real. It's just real. You see how I work, bro. Like, we've talked about this in a deep light. Like, I struggle with the work-life balance. But I don't think that I struggle so much in the sense to where I can't live my life. I just think that, no, I work super hard right now because I'm 23 years old and I got a 5-year-old that's looking up to me. So I'm done pulling punches, bro. Like, I'm done holding back who I am, because I am super ridiculously humble, but I'm ridiculously confident. And I'm way too confident in my work ethic and my rapping abilities and my music making abilities to allow anybody to just talk down on me without getting a little bit of rain. Like, it's not, unless you're not even, I don't respect you enough to even come back with that, because you're not doing enough in the most loving way. But at the same time, who cares? Like, I'm doing me, and I'm kind of hitting a new light, dude. So it's just power through vulnerability. I'm being super vulnerable with every piece of myself. Maybe I'll pull back in 3 months and be like, man, but I doubt it. I'm done not being me. I may regret a decision, sure. And if I have to own up to that later to myself and check myself, sure. But in this moment right now, I'm gonna continue to be confident. In this moment right now, that was a move for me. Whether 5 people listen to this song and it was like, fuck Nick, and they're like, wow, and one person's like, I know what that's about, or he watches it, or it doesn't, or nothing ever happens, or blah, I don't care. It's me. I'm not gonna regret that move. Like, I'm playing chess, bro. I'm already 10 steps ahead of this song. Easy and over, and you know that. So that confident is the answer to your question originally, is where this came from.
So what else are you looking forward to in the year 2020 besides the 1 track a week?
New merch is coming soon.
Yeah, and I gotta cop some of that. So, I gotta rep that when I go into the Atlanta.
New merch. I'm just thinking about what can be said.
Are we gonna be expecting any more shows?
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely trying to branch out. I have some stuff lined up for Rapid City, for those of you guys who are in Rapid City, and South Dakota in general. Sioux Falls, I got you. I'll definitely see all of you guys this year. From Denver, we're definitely going to have some stuff lined out for Denver, and there's some other stuff that is in the works. I just don't want to talk about it until we get there and get it solidified. But visuals, for sure, me and Jeremy are super excited. For those of you guys who don't know, Jeremy Snyder from Riley House Music Video Productions has been doing all my videos pretty much for the last 2 years. We've been working, collaborating, making sure that we can get you guys the hits in video form. We're continuing to grow that and grow as a team and individuals, as far as me and Jeremy collectively, to make sure that we can, grow and bring the best vision of our art exactly how I want to portray it. So visuals for sure, shows for sure, Cancer EP is coming on the 29th, and maybe another project or something this year. Maybe one or something like that.
But yeah, as I see, you're not letting us know everything, so I'm guessing you're going to be surprising everybody in the middle of this year. I'm guessing. The middle of this year.
Just moves.
I'm guessing in the middle of the year.
I plead the fifth.
But, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you.
Facts.
But, and again, I want to congratulate you on Breathe, by the way.
Dang, we almost forgot to talk about Breathe.
With a crazy feature, Mr. Dizzy Wright. Shout out to Dizzy Wright.
Hell yeah! Shout out Dizzy.
I be watching his freestyles on Team Back. Man. Those were lit.
I first heard Breathe. Let's give you guys a tiny bit of insight. Or not Breathe. I'm sorry. I first heard Dizzy Wright from The Truth. THA space Truth. This was 8 years ago or something. Excuse me if I'm a little off on the number, but my brother introduced me to him. This is, I think this is right before Funk Volume originated, or as they were coming together. And yeah, bro, it was crazy. I'm just I love the fact that he's unapologetically being him and speaking the truth with no fucks to what anybody's talking about, because he's just being such a real individual. And I just vibed with that from the get. And he was definitely a huge inspiration. I've gone to a couple shows. I bought the Growing Process, the hat, the merch. We went and just I fuck with Dizzy heavy. So to be able to get Dizzy on a track, which happened sometime in 2019, and I held on to it for a little bit to make sure that I just released it when it felt right, and I released it on Christmas. It's wild, bro. It's insane, to be totally honest. And it's just a giant milestone. It's just something that I'm learning to, being a workhorse, I definitely sometimes forget to respect the process and just appreciate the wins. And he even says it in this song, dude, building off small wins, something that my mama would say. I'm like, facts, bro. I'm just learning to build off small wins. It's definitely an accomplishment. Excuse me on the phone, I'm just looking something up real quick so I can actually speak about it correctly. But it's definitely an accomplishment. It released on Christmas, and we're filming this January 12th at 11:58, so 2 minutes away from 13th. But yeah, it released on the 25th, and it's now the 12th of January, and it's had 24,312 streams, and that's insane. It's the biggest track that I've done, and it felt right to release it on Christmas, and I'm super blessed and happy and blessed and just blessed real life, and we're going to continue to keep growing and keep doing what we're doing. And yeah, thank you to all the fans. If you're new here or if you're not, regardless if you've ever listened to a song or commented on a video or shared a video either with friends or on social media, you've ever come to a show, you've ever copped some merch, even if you're watching this video, just thank you so much, because you guys allow me to literally have a platform to be able to build and grow off of. And the Wiley Movement's a family, so if you don't know what we're about, just plug in a little bit, see what we're doing, and welcome to the Wiley Movement family. If you've been a part of this Wiley Movement family for a while, just seriously, you know what time it is. I love you guys so damn much, and we're gonna do crazy things 2020 and and beyond. We're gonna do ridiculous things, and I can't be more happy or show more gratitude. I wish I could just I don't know. I wish there was a way to just show you guys all so much how much you guys mean to me, because this is real and we have conversations about this stuff all the time. But yeah, just thank you. Real shit. Breathe is doing amazing. And shout out Dizzy and his whole team, still moving. You already know what time it is.
Alright, well, I guess that's it. And I just want to say personally and unbiased, the world is not ready for the Wiley movement. I'm just telling you this, and y'all hear it here from me. Because artist to artist, like, I just know, like, this man has a lot to say. So, like, all I can just say is I wish you luck.
Appreciate
and I just can't wait
Fernando got some crazy
to
stuff
what the future holds.
Facts.
But we're just going to be living it in the moment.
Hell yeah, we are. Alright guys, well that kind of concludes our Silly Kids interview. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to be one of my new interviewers and come in here and interview me and get a track early and come sit down in the chair and come up with questions and ask me any questions that you guys want to know about the new single or about my life in general, or just anything really, just feel free to hit me up on Instagram, preferably at Luke Wiley Music, and that's for all my social media, but at Luke Wiley Music. And yeah, hit me up and let's get you linked in. I'll send you the track early. You can come sit down, come up with questions, etc., and interview me. Also, please make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you guys want to see more. This is my vlog channel. Also linked down will be Fernando's stuff. So if you guys want to go on Fernando or follow Fernando and see him dancing, he's fucking crazy. He's amazing. Go and check out his stuff. He's gonna have a lot of content coming this year as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to my music channel, which is Luke Wiley-Music. This one's Luke Wiley-Vlog. It's also all linked below. And like again, I won't go crazy deep and soft, but I don't think that's soft. I think it's more hard than anything. Thank you guys just so much for everything that you guys do. It means a lot to me. Silly Kids is out, released on the 3rd. More Life is also out. So go and stream that one. The interview for More Life is coming on Wednesday, and these interviews will be coming for you guys every single Wednesday this year. I didn't say it in the More Life one, which is already recorded and will be out on Wednesday, but this Friday, the single that's dropping is going to be called Falling. So, yeah, get ready for Falling coming Friday, and the interview coming next Wednesday following that. Love you guys so much. Wiley Movement, we out.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Heck yeah, that's what I like. Hey, why you gotta go like crazy on light skin and flex stuff.
Light skin magic.
Later, guys.
And if you dream, then you feel my vibe. Fall asleep, let me feel your eyes. With more life, yeah.
Wiley Movement, so improvement.